Welcome to the Account Solutions. I'm excited to share this new template with you. This is a template we've been working with a client, and it's an investment tracker. Now, maybe you run an investment company or a thrift company where people bring in money to invest and they receive a return on investment on a monthly basis. Their interest on the money they've deposited into your business, you pay them interest on a monthly basis. Then this tracker will enable you to track when their payments are due for payment. This tracker will enable you to do a couple of things in your trading and investment business. First of all, it will enable you to register and manage new investors, those that are bringing in money to invest into the trading platform. Secondly, it's going to help you to register and manage referrals. If you have a referral system where somebody refers an investor to your platform and there's a commission to be paid to that referral, then you can manage and see how the referrals are doing with this template. You can also create multiple investments for one investor. You can generate the return on investment that is due on a daily basis. You don't have to start calculating. Okay, for example, you have like 6 persons who invested on day 1, 7 persons invested on day 2, and so on and so forth. Now you have to pay them for, say, their investment is for 3 months or 6 months. You have to pay them return on investment every month on the due date. If they invested on the 14th of November, which is today, it means their first ROI will be paid on the 14th of December next month. So on that particular day, the system can enable you to generate the payments that are due for that day, and you cannot miss it. You don't have to start calculating how many investors that have ROI due on a particular date. This template will also help you to close out any investment once it is due. Once you've paid an ROI for an investment for the number of months of that investment timeline, then the system closes out that particular investment. You will not see it again on the list of investors or investment due for ROI on the next month once it is closed out. Also, you can record all your ROI paid to investors. You can record all commissions paid to referrals. You can record all investment payback when you terminate an investment and you pay back the capital to the investor. You can also record that in the system. And if an investor chooses to roll over their investments for another period, the system also enables you to record that particular rollover. And also, you can record all commission, like I said before, paid to referrals. Now you can also track your investors and investment status and details. If you have an investor that has 3 investments, you can know the ones that are still running and the ones that have been closed out, and the amount that is due on the ROI or on the investment. You can know that with this system. And also, you can also track referral status to know the referrals you are owing and the ones you've paid up their commission. And you can also check payment report. So let's just go into the system and see for ourselves what the system can do. Once you open the template, you download it from the email sent to you. Open the template. Always enable content, because the template has been programmed with advanced Excel formulas and the use of VBA. So we've used some macros to automate some functions in the Excel. So the first thing you will see is a display box, Account Solutions. It's either you log in or you exit. When you click on exit, the workbook will close. Now let me remind you, this is an Excel workbook with multiple worksheets. Now the worksheets have been programmed to interact with each other to give us the result we want to get, plus the Visual Basic that have been used to run macros on this particular template. So we want to log in, you click on login. Then you have your login panel will appear. You put in your username. Please, username is case sensitive. Capital letters, small letters, observe it, and do not allow trailing spaces after the name. So my name is Otaoma, and after my name there is no space. If you put a space after that, it won't accept your login. So backspace, we have Otaoma, and my passcode is a number. Always use numbers. We have my passcode, just put it here. Now once you log in as an administrator, you will see this panel, but as a user you will not see this panel. Now we have a table before you: user number, username, user password, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4. You can assign different users or who are staff in your company to different worksheets that you want them to access. Before we look at the setup for the system, I'm going to walk you through the worksheet and show you how the template runs. Just an overview of what the template does and how you can use it to track investments in your platforms. So as the admin, just click on the access worksheet to enable you to access all the worksheets. If you don't click on it, you may not be able to navigate all the worksheets that are in this workbook. So you click on access worksheets. Now we have the worksheets are open for us to access. Always go back to start. So we have a table of content at the start worksheet. Now the first one is where you create a new ref. So we assume that you have people who are making referrals, referring investors to your platform. This is where you create the account for the ref, because you're going to pay the ref a commission. So you might need to know the ref's account number, the ref bank, and the ref's account name for you to pay that ref. Go back to start. The next thing is create a new bank list. I've tried to populate all the banks in Nigeria. For those in Nigeria, for those outside Nigeria, you can just come here, unlock this, and remove all these banks. Just delete them, and type in the banks in your own country. That's how you will set up the banks for your own jurisdiction. Go back to start. Next is to create a new investor. Now, before you create an investment, you must create an investor's account. So I ask for the phone number of the investor, the investor's name, the investor's banker, account number of the investor, and account name. Very important. This is not when you put in the investment yet. You have to create an account for that investor in your platform first of all. Then you go back to start. Next is to create a new investment. Now, with the investor's ID created, you have to now create a new investment for that investor, because like I said earlier on, an investor may have multiple investments on your platform. So it's good that you create the investor's ID first before the investment is created. So from the investor's ID cell, you see a drop box showing you the list of all your investors on your platform. So you see the whole list. You just select from that investor and you create an investment for the investor. Go back to start. So we have next is generate daily payment. So look at the descriptions here. When you want to pay on the return investment due date. So like today is 14th. I want to pay those that the ROI are due on the 14th of every month, for the next 3 or 6 months. All I need to do is just to come here and generate daily payment. Once you reach here, you don't need to type anything here. Just click on generate data. It will give you the list of all the investors, the investor's name, account number, the bank, the investment number, and the ROI due for the 14th of November. You don't have to do anything here. Okay, so this is how you generate your daily payment, and from here you can now make a transfer of the ROI to the investors. Back to start. Now I don't want to pay, I want to be able to plan subsequent ROI payment. I don't want to wait until the due date before I make that payment. Then I have to generate the payment before the due date. It means if I want to pay on the 14th of November, but I want to have an idea of how much that is due on the 14th, let's say yesterday was 13th of November 2020, I can also generate dates in the future or dates that have passed to enable me to know how much is due for ROI payment on that day. So you just click on the number 6 item, generate payments due for any date. So you come back here, I want to see what I'm to pay, let's say on the 16th of November. Just type your 16th November 2020, then generate data. It will give you the ROI that is due on the 16th of November. Then you can now, make a projection of how much you're expected to pay, just help you to plan your cash flow, very, very well. So you see total amount to pay is 225,000 naira. Let's check for the 1st of December 2020. Let's see how much you are to pay on that date. Generate. We have just 2 items that are to pay on the 1st of December 2020. You can see the names of the investors, the bank, the account number, and the amount you are to pay. Now, if you want to check, you have a pivot table here that will enable you to also check the ones that are due on a payday. And this payday represents the days of the month, day 1, day 2 to day 30 of that month. So you want to know how much ROI or how much investments that have ROI is due on any of the days of the month. Just unlock here to filter, because this pivot table and a slicer. So if you click on 2, you will see all the investments that are due on day 2. 14, you see those due on 14. 22, you see those due on 22. So you can see the investment you have to pay on the 22nd of every month, pending the timeline or duration of that particular investment. Then always check this funnel to clear the filter. So back to start. Next is to enter the payments made. Now you've made transfers, to your investors. You've paid them the ROI. You've paid them their money back, or you've paid a commission to a referral. You need to record that into the system, into this template, so you can track the balances on those investments. So click here. This is a table where you can record all the monies you've paid to your investors and to your referrals. Type the date. You see the payee type. It's either you're paying an investor or you're paying a ref. I'll just zoom this. So you see, either you're paying an investor, you must select it, or a ref. The payment type is either you're paying for ROI, commission. Investment payback is when, at the maturity of the investment, the investor needs his or her money back. You just pay them their capital back. Then you click on investment payback. But if the investor chooses to roll over the investment into another investment, you now click on investment rollover. Then you put the investment number. We have a list of the number, but it's advisable to always write the investment number on the form of that investor, so that you can always type in that number here, or copy and paste values into here, and you now get your investment. If you put a wrong investment number here, it will not allow you to post into the database. So you must ensure that the investment number you're putting here is very, very correct and it's in the database. The next step is to view your investment status. So I have 2 sheets here: view investor status and view investor details. They're almost the same thing. The difference is investor status shows you only the investors that are still running. All closed investments will not appear on this sheet, whereas the investor stat details will show you both closed and running investments. Show you both closed, just to give you an idea of the investment that has gone through your platform in a period of time. So you have the closed investment and the running investment, but the investment status will always show you the investment that's still running, of which you are yet to pay or complete the ROI. Alright, so finally we have the ref status, where you can view all those that have made referrals. They've referred investors to your platform. You can see each of the investments that they brought in and how much commission that are due, how much commission have been paid. You see everything will appear here. You can also check if the referral is a staff or an external person, because if the platform have option of for staff to be referrals, then we also have the option to select if it's a staff or an external person that referred you. Now each investment we have a referrer and an account officer. Account officers are your staff who are working with you, in your platform, and they are the one managing the account of the investors. So a staff can be a referrer and also an account officer. The account officer manages the account of that investment. So if you go to your right, you see a table for all all the referrals. You can see their IDs, their bank, their account number and account name. If you want to pay any of them, just come here and pick out the the details. Always refresh this table, because it's a pivot table that has been used to populate this information. So back to start, and last stop we have view payment report. This is where you see all the payments you've made on a particular investment. So let's unlock to filter. If I click on any of the investments here, you see the investor's ID, the investor's name by your left, and the status is still running. You see I've paid commission on this investment and I've paid ROI up to 5 times on this particular investment, so it's still running. Let's see another one. This one is still running, still running. Let's find the one that's been closed out and see how it works. So now this is closed out. Girls Thompson. This is the investor's ID. We've paid commission on the investment. We've paid 3 ROI. It's for 3 months investment, and we've paid back the money, the capital, back to the investor. So you can see the table will show you details of payment you've made on this particular investment. Now you can also search here, type an investment number and make your search here. You can do that search here instead of going through these slides to select an investment number, and just type the number here and OK, and it filters for you. So clear this filter again and go back to start. So that's general overview of what happens with this template. Now for the administrator, we have the admin panel where you can add a new staff. You can add a new admin, add a new user. You can also edit staff. You can also edit an admin. You can also edit a user. Just the basic application that you can use as an admin to set up this page. Alright, next up we're going to start showing you how you can start using this particular system. To continue with this tutorial, see you in the next video.